Hi, my name's Costas.
And I'm Chris.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Weekly Magazine. I can combat the world now.
Oh, why can you combat the world now?
I feel fresh.
Do a fresh dance.
Look at this. Nice shave.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I see what you mean.
I look smarter.
Yes, you do look very smart.
I reckon if I went into town and I sat down on a park bench,
No one would think you were homeless.
no one would thought. Yeah. Anyway, right, let's get on with this week's show. We've got a lot to go through in a very short period of time, so let's
Crack on.
Let's slow
Let's
down.
calm down.
We had an anagram last week, and an anagram was relating to one of our Blackpool releases.
Yes, indeed.
And the anagram was La Duck Cry.
Le duck cry.
So what was the answer, Chris?
The answer was lucky card.
Yes, lucky card.
Lucky card.
If you like gimmicks and stuff, or you like very visual thingy-bobbies.
Thingy bobbies? The technical term. Thingy bobbies.
Actually, it's not that dissimilar to all these predictions in clear boxes type thing.
It's very true. No, that is
But
very
doesn't
true.
use a clear box. It
Doesn't
just
use a clear
uses a playing card,
Playing card.
in an interesting way.
Yes, it does.
So if you come to Blackpool, come to the stand and you will see it. Now we do have a winner,
Ooh.
which is in here.
In the hat.
Would you like to pull it out?
I would like to pull it out. Let's have a look. The hat or the winner?
The winner from the
Okay.
hat.
I see. Oh, almost opened it by accident. Dennis Bundy.
Dennis Bundy.
Bundy.
Contact us and we'll sort something out for you. We do have another anagram,
We do.
and the anagram is...
Hexagon Bizbat. You know.
And it's related to another Blackpool release.
Yes, it is. All those hexagonal bats in the business.
Yeah, so Hexagon Biz...
Bat.
Bat. I could just about pronounce that. So, yeah, send us the answer if you can work it out. It's a bit difficult, we think, but we
Yeah.
like the challenge.
Yes.
So all these people that go on these anagram solvers might find that a bit difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
Try
challenge. Now, what we're going to talk about this week.
We're going to talk about Sean Scott's rise. Sean Scott's rise.
Right.
We're going to talk about Jeff Williams' At the Table live lecture, and our blast from the past is the Fortune collection.
Excellent. And also, today is the release date of Helix.
Yes.
So all pre-orders, it's been a fantastic product
Really
on pre-sale.
Thank you, guys.
It's all pre-orders are going out today, the Friday of this launch of this episode.
Right.
By the end of this show, you'll also see the trailer of our next release, which is going to be released next week, which is Mutate by our good friend Arnold Renegado. But for all those Helix supporters, and all those that are not into the Helix, there's something on the explanations. In fact, the first thing on explanations, which is the best thing on this project, it's not actually on the trailer.
It's not. We kept
So,
it as a surprise.
The idea is you can get someone to choose a card, any card they want, they can sign it, it's a free choice. You place it in the middle of the deck, you place the deck on the table, and it starts splitting itself to the selection.
Seems like a familiar concept, you may be thinking.
And the great thing is, it's instantly repeatable.
Yep.
You can actually do that with 2 cards, 3 cards at the same time, no problem at all.
Yep.
There's no magnets, there's no threads, there's no elastics, there's no vibration systems, there's nothing like that. It's a really interesting concept, but the haunted deck routine on this is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
So again, come to Stand at Blackpool and you'll actually see us demonstrate. In fact, it'll probably be the only thing I'll be demonstrating at Blackpool. I love this thing. It works so well. But on a side note, let's get on with this week's show. The first one to cover this week is Rise by Sean Scott. Let's watch the official trailer and we'll come back and discuss it.
sign it, and it's there.
This is high energy, high impact magic. Welcome to Rise.
Now you've just seen the official trailer. I quite like this.
I it's one of those ones that is that sort of appeals to my inner street magic days when I used to go out and do stuff, festivals and stuff.
There is a lot of negative comments regarding this product.
It's kind of a surprise, to be honest.
And the reason is because magicians are not seeing the effect as a layperson.
Right. Yes.
So they can play the trailer back loads of times and then come up with the idea of how it works, and they will probably be right.
Yeah.
But when you go out and perform this to a layperson, it's a miracle.
It is. Yeah.
We're not going to tell you what the comments are.
No.
You probably already know what they are, or you might figure it out. Mm-hmm. But if you put yourself in someone else's shoes, i.e. a spectator's, and you go up to a spectator, or you go up to a magician and you see them perform this in front of you, you will think it's a miracle. Yeah. Don't forget, when you see something live, you cannot go and watch it again.
No, you can't pause that.
Yeah, you can't play it back, you can't slow it down. So this in the real world is very practical, and it works. Now, we couldn't do this, a live performance of this, but he's laughing because he knows what I'm going to say. Because Chris wears tightish trousers.
They're not like skinny jeans, but they're not straight cut, they're slim cut. And you can't really do the effect and make it look natural with my trousers.
However, saying that, if you like street magic, and if you like that off the moment type trick, this is ideal.
Absolutely.
It can be set up and you can be walking around all day and perform this whenever you want.
Yeah.
The gimmick itself, the product, the prop, or whatever you want to call it, is one of the best produced, made,
so well made
item I've ever come across in magic.
It looks so well. I mean, it is professionally done, and that's why. But it's just so machined so well, and every aspect of it, especially when you take it out, you go, "I wonder why that's there," or "I wonder why this connects to that." And it all makes sense. It all is there for a purpose.
You know, as a magician, you've purchased a lot of magic in your time. You receive a package in the post. You open it up. You have a look at what you get. It's either a pack of cards or a gimmick made up with elastic, magnets, thread, or whatever, scored cards put together, glued together, all that kind of stuff. And we're so used to that. When we're buying something for a house, we go into a shop. We buy something in a nice shiny box, you open it and it was produced in China, really good quality, well engineered or whatever. And that's that type of a product. It's not something you expect to buy as a magician from a magic shop.
No, absolutely not. It is.
Because it's really well made. I was impressed with the build quality in this.
It's very durable. It's very durable. What else can we say about that? If you like the effect and what it does, that's what you're going to be able to perform.
It's a bit on a high price point. However, you do buy something that is extremely good quality.
Yes.
And I reckon
will last you.
If you go out and perform this, the reactions will be fantastic.
That is what will make
It's not my style of magic. I would never ever dream of performing this. I can see you doing it.
Hey.
I wouldn't see myself doing it. However, for those thousands of magicians out there that do street magic, that are of the younger generation and they drink Red Bull or whatever.
Yeah,
this is ideal.
That is the other good point about this that we should make, is that the production, I suppose, or the resurrection of the can, you can give out.
Yeah.
It's not a gimmicked can. You can have them open it. They can drink it. I mean, I would want to drink it, but you can give it out, and it can be. It's a real can.
Yeah, because the can is not part of the gimmick.
Nope.
Part of the prop.
That's where I wanted to make, because it's kind of deceptive, because this is sort of can shaped. I just wanted to make that clear.
But inside there is the
yes,
the James Bond. I reckon
it is very James Bondy.
If they created another James Bond and Bond needed to make something appear on the floor, he would definitely be using this. Q would have invented this.
Come on, he probably did.
If he was going to invent a prop or something for James Bond to make a can appear, Q would have invented this.
I think he did make it.
That's how good it is.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if
Who's the new one? Who's the new Q? Ben Whishaw is the new one. Yeah, working away in his little lab. Anyway,
that's it. And that's all we need to say about this. I like it. It's very well made, and I believe it's very practical. I think we need to forget about how you see the trailer and see it as a spectator, and then you would appreciate how good this and how much potential this product has.
And you will appreciate it even more when you perform it. There we go.
Second time.
This week's At the Table Live lecture is Jeff Williams. Let's have a look at a quick performance of one of the tricks you can achieve on this DVD and have a talk about it afterwards. We have a few cards here, and we're going to try, instead of you just going through and picking out a card, let's use about 10 of them. So just think of a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Right? Simon, do the same. Think of a number between 1 and 10. Okay. So, don't say it out loud. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count down, and when you hear your number, just say stop.
Okay.
Right? So if I start 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 4. 4 is your number.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Fair, that's your card. Don't look at it yet. Simon, same thing. You got your number in mind? Yes?
Yes,
I'm going to count down 10, 9.
Matter, it's the same number. It was.
Well, if it's the same number, that's
was,
fine. That's a coincidence.
Yeah.
So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, it was 4 as well, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So coincidentally, you picked the same number.
Yeah.
But you didn't check anything beforehand. You didn't talk about this. You don't know what's going to happen. Because it's really interesting. It's really interesting that you stopped me at this one and this one. You know why? Because these cards here are actually they're blank. They're entirely blank. But you stopped me at this one and this one.
Oh my god. That's brilliant.
Now you've just seen a trick from the Jeff Williams At the Table live lecture. I'm not sure what I was doing that voice for, but that is called This One, and there are many effects on this, all very, very varied.
It's a really nice lecture.
It's a very well-rounded lecture.
There's a lot of nice and workable stuff.
Yes. In fact, there's a trick on here, which is just a coin in pen cap trick, which is just sort of an everyday sort of gag type trick, which he has sort of taken to the next level and made me kind of want to learn a pen and cap trick, to be honest.
That train's from the 1920s.
I know, it's so
that vibrated
loud.
the whole building. That wasn't part of the lecture.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, so there's a good newspaper tear. It's just good.
And the discussions are good. He handles Gregory Wilson pretty good.
He does it very, very well. Very well.
He talks about stuff that he's worked on.
He does. He talks about working for David Letterman, writing for David Letterman, which is pretty cool. And you can tell he's got that very, he's got a very charismatic but calm and collected way with him. And he's quite fun.
He's a very competent person.
Yes.
He's a very competent person.
Yes.
Which quite surprised me because I didn't know much about Jeff
I
Williams.
didn't know much about him either.
I've heard of him, but didn't really know much about him. And with the stuff with the Letterman and the tricks on here, you realise actually this guy's really competent. He's actually
He's
really,
a very
really
smart
good.
guy.
And the tricks that he lectures on are really nice. There's a few that I would use myself.
I want to use his newspaper tear, and he does a rock in shoe gag, which is sort of in the same vein as I've got a lemon in my shoe, but he does it twice, and the second time got me. Because the first time I was like, okay, well, it's this. And then he did it again, and I was like, and they were big rocks. And I was like, where'd the load come from?
Anyway,
Anyway,
for you to find
that's
out.
for you to decide. It's a great lecture. It's a lot of fun. And it's just sort of one of those people that you feel like you could be comfortable with. And it's not in your face. It's very relaxed, and it's a very good lecture.
Pretty cool.
There you go.
We had a question last week or the past couple of weeks, and it was regarding, you attend a gig or you are going to attend a gig, and that evening you start getting hiccups, or you start sneezing, or you might have hay fever or whatever. What do you do? And we had a few responses. I'm going to read out the sensible ones. We start with John Horn. If it was hiccups, I'd just make a joke of it in some way, pretend it's for misdirection.
Fair enough. Matt Coleman says, get a pint glass, fill it with water, put a straw in it, put your fingers in your ears, and drink the whole pint without stopping.
Now that's a remedy. I've tried that and unfortunately it didn't help me.
How do you pick up the glass with your fingers in your ears?
I didn't pick it up, I just...
Oh, straw. Okay.
Straw. That's it.
Okay. The ultimate hiccup cure. Always carry... what on earth is that word?
Antihistamines.
Oh, antihistamines. Yeah, sorry. In case... Generally to fight hay fever, right? For outdoor wedding season. That's a good little thing.
That's actually a good thing to have in your close-up case, because you never know what's going to happen.
And aspirin. That's always a good one. Anyway, yes, that sensible idea.
Chris White, again, his long doom and gloom about how bad hiccups can be and how they will kill you, ends up then sending something sensible. Reference gigging with hiccups, embrace the wonders of natural gastrointestinal misdirection.
If you can time a good, if there are good hiccup artists out there, I would like to see them. Good hiccup misdirectionist. Phil Knoxville! Hi, Phil. He says, I've been in a similar position, though not hiccups. Are you going to tell us what it is? I thought I wouldn't make it through the gig, but somehow adrenaline got me through. It's the same when I've been ill and magically felt better after my show. I've heard it referenced as to Dr. Theatre, which is great. That is an interesting point. Adrenaline can help you a lot. I was doing the Pied Piper a while back. I had a temperature of 103 and kept going through the show and didn't feel the effects until the end, and then I wanted to die. But yes, adrenaline is a very, very good sort of self-cure until you're out of the gig.
So I guess if you do encounter something before a gig, don't be worried. Just go ahead and do your gig, and everything else will work in your favour. And generally, gigs are not that long. If you're doing a 10-hour gig, then you're in trouble. But usually, the 1.5 hour, 2 hour gigs.
I think people will forgive you for having hiccups if you're there for 10 hours.
And what I've experienced, if you've got a cold and you're with someone for a period of time, you transfer the cold onto them. So
yeah, that's it. Just push it.
Give it to them. That's it.
Push it onto them. And also, I mean, it's one of those. It's a natural occurring thing. No one's gonna be upset at you for it. You just get internally upset and sort of nervous because you're like, oh,
I've had hiccups for 2 weeks, and that was a laughing point for everyone. So I guess it's not going to be a problem by going to a gig and hiccuping.
Use it, and if you can somehow manage to make some misdirection out of it, I want to know. That'd be great.
You might end up turning into a comedian by the end of it.
True. Just the hiccup comedian. Anyway, that is our question and answer for this week.
Until next week. The blast from the past this week is Fortune Collection. Let's watch a performance and we'll come back and discuss it.
Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, of course.
She's with me, obviously.
We're going to try something with destiny.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to try something with a path that's laid out before us beforehand. Right? And it's inside this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you that to hold on to. Don't open it just yet.
Right.
Yeah. But make sure that I don't come near it, open it or whatever. And we're also going to use these cards. I'm not going to show you what's on the face of the cards just yet.
Okay.
But if you could give them a mix without looking at them. Just so you know that they're not in any particular order. Yep, good. Now let's go through them and I'll show you what they are. They're different symbols that regard something that could to do with lives and the world. Okay. So we've got horseshoes, which could be considered luck, and hearts, love, dove, peace, and trees, the earth, globe, travel, and so forth, and keys and eye-opening or whatever. So I'm going to give these a bit of a mix because now you've seen sort of the order of them. Now you don't know what order they're in. And I'm going to go through and deal like this. And whenever you feel like the urge to a card that you think, just say stop.
Stop.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yeah.
That was a free choice. That was totally up to you.
Yeah.
If you'd gone all the way to the end, you would have got the mailbox, which could have to do with waiting for something in the mail. Could be a prize or whatever. The hourglass. Time. Carpe diem. All that stuff. But you stopped me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it over, have a look what it is. It's money. It's to do with wealth and to do with all kinds of stuff. So if we have a look at all these, and you stop me there.
Yeah.
So if you actually open the envelope, just pop the seal. Perfect. And there is... Now you've just seen a performance of one of the tricks using the Fortune Collection cards that you get. What can you say? I mean, there's sort of a wide variety of stuff you can do with these cards. There are forces, there are mind reading, there are predictions, there's all sorts of stuff. It's more a collection of stuff that you can do with small cards. You don't have to use these ones. This
is a trick I would call a bit of silly.
It is a bit of silly.
Because the cards, the images on there,
the clip art, they're kind of cartoony.
However, the reaction from Rachel was...
I was very surprised.
Pretty good, I was surprised.
But that is the way with a lot of our blasts from the past. We sort of are surprised because it is the reaction that gives us feedback.
And you get cards, the cards you get, you can perform this effect. There's a back design where you're able to know which card it is.
Yes, there's a mind reading one, there's one where they pick the card, there's one that they just simply look at the card, they can shuffle and all sorts of stuff. It's not necessarily about the cards. I think that's what I want to make clear. The cards are a good starting point for using these sort of, not necessarily slight, but little adjustments in performance techniques and stuff like that. And you can use them on other stuff as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, you want something a bit fun. Again, Paul Halas, he's a great thinker, great creator. This is another one of his, and
it's good. It's good.
If you want something with a bit of fun,
this is where you go.
So the anagram this week is Hexagon Biz Bat, and it's another Blackpool release. Come to a stand and we will demonstrate that, as well as other Blackpool releases. So what have we got for Blackpool? We have got Hexagon Biz Bat.
Hexagon Biz Bat.
We got Lucky Card.
La Duck Cry. And Helix. No, not Helix. No, what's the other one?
We've
got so much stuff going
on. Masquerade.
Masquerade, that's right.
Of course, we'll also have, we'll be able to demonstrate Helix. Mm-hmm. We'll be able to demonstrate Lucky gift card.
Gift card.
And various other releases that we've done since.
It's because we've got so much in the pipeline. We're confused.
And they might even have another one for Blackpool, and it depends how well we do next week. So it's interesting. We've got loads to do.
So much stuff. The board is still full.
We've got, again, at the end of this, the trailer for our next release by Arnold Renegado called Mutate. That should be available. That's on the website today for pre-order, and it will definitely be dispatched and posted to everyone and gone into wholesale next week. So by this time next week, everyone should already have it.
Yes, good.
So after that, once we get Mutate out the way, we'll be concentrating on the Blackpool stuff. We've still got filming to do. We are probably not going to have trailers for the Blackpool releases.
No, we won't.
We might show something before Blackpool on one of our shows. We're not sure, but we will definitely have them all ready, packed properly and everything for Blackpool.
Yes.
Just minus the trailers. So if you come to Blackpool, come and see the new releases.
Yes. And this week we went over Sean Scott's Rise. Jeff Williams is at the table live lecture, and our blast from the past was Paul Halas's Fortune Collection.
Now, until next week.
Bye.